What's up? How are you guys tonight? We're live on YouTube as well as Instagram. I figured we could just talk about the Toyota Corolla news, as well as kind of just, well, I guess that's the main news. And then like Thursday we could do maybe a Q&A, and then Saturday we could do vegan critique and just have somewhat of a schedule right now because I mean, when I just do the Q&As every day, it's because I'm like really tired and exhausted and just kind of want to just talk for a little bit. But with the lower view counts lately and whatever, we can just have some topics to discuss. But how are you guys tonight? I know they have the live debates on some other channels, so maybe you guys can go on those live streams and tell people to come over to my channel as opposed to listening to the brainwashed nonsense. Everyone's probably like zonking out right now over the presidential debates and all that bullshit without realizing what's actually going on. It's hard to say how many years are left in how many years are left until we're literally all locked in FEMA camps. But someone DM'd me earlier on Instagram saying that Buckingham Palace was for sale and that all the elites have escaped already. But I'm not so sure about that because all of the like secret society members still appear to be in the United States. Um, you know, it's not like they fled the United States. It's not like like people that are obviously like paid influencers, secret society members. They're still in the United States, so not everyone is fleeing to other countries yet. Thoughts on Amazon Mark of the Beast released today? What is that about? What did Amazon release today? Let me look. I tweeted last night at like 6 a.m. I didn't actually sleep. I didn't go to bed last night, but I actually tweeted that they're having Amazon ability to pay with your hands. Oh, they're doing it. I tweeted last night that people like millennials moving back into their parents' home is reintroducing Wi-Fi devices and a lot of things that'll hurt their parents. Because imagine like you have some boomer parents who like don't have any Wi-Fi, and then someone comes in with like 10 Amazon devices and just starts frying them. The nature's glucose is good. Can definitely tell the difference from regular raw honey. No, it's very low. It's very low. It's not sweet because it's pure glucose. No, so if you guys are watching those nonsense debates, tell them to come over to my live stream instead of watching that bullshit. Clever thumbnail. Yeah, it's the symbolism for the symbolism in I was gonna do a logo, a video, not a logo, a video on this, but I don't think I can because I'll probably get I don't know enough about it, one, and I'll probably get taken down and censored. But let's just look at car logos in general. This was interesting. This was something you just noticed walking around. Toyota Corolla logo is an eye. It's like an eye with it's literally an eye, like the all-seeing eye. Like it can't be more obvious symbolism than that. Like it's a fucking eye. Lexus logo is a triangle. There's a lot of triangles for pyramid. Lexus logo is a triangle. Most of these are very obvious symbolism. Some of them I don't like. Some of them aren't as obvious. The Ram is Baphomet. Like it's literally horns, Baphomet, devil. Mitsubishi is another triangle. The Buick is probably some like type of triple Masonic symbolism. The Tesla, I don't know. Volvo is literally it's sex, some type of sexual symbolism. Acura is another triangle. Rolls Royce, I don't know. Datsun is like a globe. The what Alfa Romeo, I don't even know what that is, but it's obvious, snake and cross. Volkswagen upside down Mason signs. This is an M for Mason, and a V is the triangle for the pyramid. The eagle on this to represent the phoenix. The Toyota, the one we just talked about. I don't know what this is. Horse probably symbolizes some type of something. BMW, I don't know what that symbolizes. Mercedes is, it's 3 triangle, probably something like that. Infinity is another obvious one. Anything with a triangle or an eye is really obvious, but some of these I don't know. But it's pretty obvious. At least half of the car logos, half of them are very obvious secret society symbols. If you just Google car logos, half of them are very obvious. Wings to symbolize phoenix and rebirth, eyes, triangles. I would say 70 to 80% of car logos you can obviously explain it's some type of Masonic or secret society symbolism. That's pretty interesting. It's the most obvious one to point out. If you point this shit out to people and they don't think it's fishy, like if you understand like symbolism at all in these secret societies and you point that shit out to someone, it's so obvious. Frank, I'm interested in joining the U.S. Navy. Well, any type of government organization, FBI, police, FDNY, military, is a Masonic organization. So if you just want to go in there to just get your money or whatever and get out, that's fine. Otherwise, if you want to join a there's a reason you'll see a lot of the reason the carnivore dieters are ex-military. There's all carnivore dieters or the carnivore influencers are ex-military or previous vegan, which means they're secret society members. So usually do some type of military service when you're a Mason, and also most CIA agents are ex-military, and CIA agents are well known for infiltrating different parts of YouTube, like Joe Imbriano, for instance, is a very obvious one. You also tweeted the UFC fighters fucking in an elite mansion. Yeah, I would probably bet my bank account that Israel Adesanya has fucked Paulo Costa at some point in time. Probably in front of some elite billionaire. Hey, Frank, my gym just opened, and every time you go in, they point the infrared thermometer at your forehead. Is this harmful because of the radiation being pointed at your forehead? I mean, I'd be more worried about the radiation in the gym, let alone that little test. Yeah, that tweet didn't do so well. You know what I was also gonna tweet? I did a quick Photoshop job. I found, it's surprising how few pictures you can find of Mr. Fauci and Mr. Gates when they were young, because they are probably not males. Like, that's Fauci and that's Gates. Does that look like a man? Does this look like a male or a female to you? Men don't have faces like this. Men don't have soft features like this. If you guys on Instagram don't know what I'm looking at, I'm on YouTube right now. I'm looking at a YouTube live stream. We have some pictures up on the screen. But no, there's very, very feminine facial features, and there's a reason you can't find pictures of them when they're younger. And there's also a reason you can't find too many pictures of their hands or their body or their physique, because it greatly exposes. This is a male. This is a biological female that took a lot of testosterone to grow facial hair. You can tell, with very unusual for a male to have that heavy of a beard and still have a full head of hair. And feminine eyes, very obvious. You can usually tell with the eyes. Bill Gates actually looks more feminine in his older age than younger age, but I kind of avoided. I don't really want to. I don't really know if I should be. I mean, I guess we kind of opened up the can of worms already, but people probably think you're crazy for talking about this, but it's pretty obvious shit. I would say the same thing about Trump. Let me bring up. I don't think Biden is a female. I think Trump is definitely. Trump is definitely a female. Joe Biden, I don't know. I haven't looked into that one. So Trump is a very obvious female, because the size of, I mean, the hands, the index to knuckle finger ratio. He doesn't have a very feminine face. I mean, how can you look at his eyes and think that's a male? This is an old lady. Like, if you look at, that's an old lady's face. To me, it's pretty obvious. But if you look at the hand size, the size of the hands, the body proportions, lack of an Adam's apple, all the males in the Trump family, I think, are biological females, to be honest. And that's a man. Like, look, the deception. If you can explain to people like those two basic things we spoke about today, the deception of the car logo symbolism, and that all of the couples are inverted genders, it's insane. I don't know if Joe Biden. I haven't looked at pictures of Joe Biden. Oh, that could be a female. Definitely. Look at the eyes. Very small hands. Yeah, I mean, Joe Biden is very. I mean, just looking at this, I would bet Joe Biden is a biological female. Look at my hands in comparison. That's Joe Biden with his hands like that. That's me with my hands like that. Females have much smaller hands than men. If I put my hand like that, it basically covers up like it's twice as big as his, and I don't have big hands, so you could always tell the size of the hands and very feminine eyes. Usually can tell if someone is a male or a female. I mean, if we look at, I don't know if they have any pictures of him when he was younger. They usually don't. They usually hide stuff. They usually keep stuff hidden. Very can be hard to tell. I guess we were just supposed to talk about Toyota Corolla, not how every male is a female in politics. How you doing? I'm okay. What have you observed in recent days with the masks? Are the majority still masked, or the majority without masks from your perspective? In my area, the majority are without masks. Walking down the street in New York, most people wearing masks. I haven't really talked to a lot of people. I go to a tanning salon, and the lady at the tanning salon is like over it. Is it hard to be carnivore in Korea? I think Koreans eat a lot of meat and fish. Korea might actually be one of the best carnivore countries. Hey Hunter, let me know how you like the products. Washington has a great wild-caught fish selection, not much in California. Yeah. Frank, does your whey protein have sucralose and caffeine in it? No, our whey protein is just whey protein. Who is they? I don't know what that question is. They are all low-level Masons. Well, I mean, you could even call politicians low-level pawns, but like compared to politicians, these carnivore influencers are nothing. It's even lower on the video. What about the Alfa Romeo symbol? No, that's yeah, we said that. It was the snake with the cross, right? U.S. military join as an officer or be vaccinated. The officers don't get vaccinated in the military. I'm literally seeing symbolism in every mainstream thing. It's crazy. No, it is insane. They really put it in front of people's faces. And then like when they have these people that are like the health experts, the health authority, they literally look like ghouls or demons. And if you try to point out, oh, that dude looks like a fucking ghoul, they're like, oh no, he's a good health guy, he's good. It's funny. They're literally put the head of like the CDC or the WHO will be a decrepit corpse, and they'll put that person in front of you, and these brainwashed people will just suck up it like it's crazy. Like look away from the screen for a second, and then look back at the screen and just think about what you're looking at. How is the person's appearance? How are they talking? What do they look like? Do they look like a ghoul or a demon? Do they have snake symbols on their shirt? Or do they have a triangle on their forehead? Yeah, you probably shouldn't listen to them. Too much disinfo conspiracy theories. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a conspiracy theory if half of the car symbols are pyramids and eyes, and all the male politicians look like females. I don't think that's really a conspiracy theory. That's me pointing out some pretty obvious stuff. Fauci has the feminine skull. Yeah, it seems like for some reason, all of these high-level world players are female to male transgenders. You mean she? Fauci is 5'4", so she's a manlet. Trump would not have thought through the height. Well, no, they've had hormones. They've had hormones before we know hormones existed. So they give the biological females hormones to get taller. People walk into McDonald's with a mask on. Yeah, honestly, like if you're eating McDonald's, like logically speaking, like if you eat McDonald's and the virus is real, you should be dead already. Literally, most carnivore influencers are starting to talk about adding carbs ever since you started talking about them. I mean, it makes sense. If you look from just a pure work ethic and information perspective, just in general on fitness and nutrition and YouTube, I'm probably near the top of the list. let alone in the carnivore community where none of the other carnivore influencers really put much effort into their videos. They just sit in front of their screen and talk for 10-15 minutes about a random topic, you know. And what meanwhile I've been writing scripts for like 2 years. Do you think Ivanka is MTF? Yeah, but I don't make fun of those because I usually like manly women, or well, womanly men, however you put it. What's the point in changing genders? Just got here. So this I haven't. I mean, in their scriptures, in these old writings, they have belief in the unity of man and woman. It's called, I forgot what it's called. Hopefully, someone in the chat knows more than this, more than about this than me. At least I hope someone does. What are the scriptures called in the writings of? There was a guy that got taken off YouTube that used to talk about this a lot. The Babylonian scriptures, they have writings about the unity of man and woman, and it's strongly in their beliefs. So they just inverted genders. I don't really think I look that much like a girl. Watch the Amazon Mark of the Beast commercial. My Amazon introduces ability to pay with your hands. All right, I don't know what that is. Instead of using a credit card or smartphone to pay for your goods, Amazon wants you to use your hands. Palm recognition technology known as Amazon One will use people's palms to identify them and combine that with the details of the palm, such as lines and ridges, to build a palm signature. So is this getting people used to putting like a chip in their hand or something? Tracking, and no, it's all about tracking and control. The main element of the New World Order agenda is tracking you, knowing you where you are at any point in time, and making sure you obey. And the reason they want to put chips in people's heads is because as soon as you think something they don't want you thinking, they can literally zap you or change your fucking thought process. Have you noticed the lower income people are usually the sheeple? Well, no. In general, they're eating more poisonous food. They're not sleeping well. They're more prone to fear. They're not thinking straight. So yeah, the lower income people will tend to be more sheeple. They're making it obvious as fuck now, and people don't care. No, they're like, they don't care. They're like, oh, we're gonna inject you and put a chip in your hand and in your brain. Technology itself is not the mark of the beast, but there are undoubtedly many factors rapidly coalescing that appear to support the implementation of such a system of control. Obviously, COVID is giving rise to a perceived need for level of verification that would allow one to buy or sell within the system. That's concerning, as it is coming at a time where technology could easily support it. Additionally, there are many other factors, aside from the mark of the beast, that appear to be checking many of the boxes. I exercise great caution in assuming this is it because all believers go through stage like, what is this guy talking about? Another Bible, another Christian shill. This is how the Christian shills, they always start, the Christians always start their sentence off like telling the truth, and then it just goes into, oh, praise the Lord, believe the Lord, he'll come to save us. It's stupid shit. Then will come the mass implantation of computer chips in either your hand or your forehead, and people will ignorantly allow this. Yep. Do you think the earth is flat? I don't, it doesn't really matter. It's not more important. One thing that this might be doing is introducing something that doesn't really work. Like, people go into the markets and they make you use it and it doesn't work. So then they say, oh, well, if you get a chip, it'll be faster. You want to purchase some cheese soon? Can you comment on protein, fat, and digestibility of cows versus sheep? I mean, sheep and goat cheeses always beat out cow cheese from a digestion ease. If you guys haven't gone over to the debate live streams, definitely tell people to join my live stream. See if we get some more viewers. The flat earth stuff and the shape of the earth doesn't really matter because it's kind of a distraction from what the focus should be. So there was one article, CDC admits there's no proof COVID-19 is airborne virus, and they have been misleading the public all along. CDC has admitted or is updating its recommendations regarding airborne transmission. The CDC explained in a note published earlier this week. There's an error on the part of the agency, and I apologize on behalf of the CDC. Call medical professionals. The updated guidelines note that COVID is a virus thought to be spread mainly from person to person. A draft version of proposed changes to these recommendations was posted in error to the agency's official website. CDC is currently updating its recommendations regarding airborne transmission of the. Once this process has been complete, the updated. So this is them tricking you. This is them saying, by them posting that information and then immediately changing their mind, you would be like, hold on, who in the fuck would listen to someone who just flip flops on a decision like that? They're telling you, 100% telling you that this is nonsense. 100%. They're changing things, flip-flopping on a daily basis. And the only people that will listen to someone that flip-flops on a daily basis are the completely brainwashed nutjobs staring at CNN for 5 hours a day. COVID is thought to spread mainly through close contact from person to person. Some people without symptoms may be able to spread the virus. We're still learning how the virus spreads and the severity. We are still learning about how the virus spreads and the severity of illness it causes. So we're 7 months into being locked in our homes. They're still learning about it. How long is this going to go? 3, 4, 5 years? I think COVID might be permanent, and this is just how. And them using the word "the new normal" makes me think that this is it. It's never going back to any sort of real normalcy. I have a video on gallbladder if you want to watch it. New video on iodine. Thoughts on Bill Gates blocking out the sun? I don't know what they're going to do from a climate control perspective. Viruses are what the body creates when you've been living in shit. Yeah, basically. They've been trying to create an environment where people get very sick, and that the body manufactures its own viruses. So you have, and I've said this many times in several videos, you have, you're locked in your home. And when you're locked in your home, you're eating usually low quality foods, non-perishable foods, grains, crap, junk. You're just eating all day. You're next to high Wi-Fi devices all day. Your router, your smartphone, your all that stuff all day. You're not out in the sun getting sunlight. You're not exercising. So they're creating an environment where people can get sick. And they're basically saying, oh, well, if you're sick, since people are getting sick, we have to stay locked inside for everyone else's safety. You know, it's like they have they have a box of chocolates out in front of you, but in their hand in front of you, and then they have the bloody knife behind their back. The price of a 2x4 piece of wood has gone from like $3 to $8, really? All the sheeple are jerking off to the debate whenever Trump or Biden talk. No, it's nonsense. It shows they've done a good job at convincing people that this stuff matters. And yeah, I mean, when you realize the truth and that most things don't matter, then things get kind of boring. You know, when you realize that, politics are all just a show, when you realize that all sports are fixed, when you realize that most YouTube influencers are just feeding you information to make money for themselves, life definitely isn't fun. They're definitely making us wear masks for the next 5 years for sure. No, when are people going to stop wearing masks? When the TV says so? Yep. I don't think the Amish are wearing masks. Why do you use whey concentrate and not isolate? Because of the quality of the product. Will we be wearing masks forever? Here's what experts think. We're no more than 6 months into the global pandemic, and it's starting to feel like this bizarre version of normal might be here for a while. Bizarre version of normal. What is a bizarre version of normal? That's abnormal. It's not fucking normal. It's crazy. How come none of these articles say it like it is? This is crazy nonsense New World Order bullshit. But while many biopharmaceutical companies continue to work on making a safe and effective vaccine to protect against... This is the thing. People say, oh, it's about the money, But no, these people can print fucking money. It's not about money. It's about enslaving the human race. And once you understand it's not about money, and that it's about enslaving the human race, your mindset will change pretty quickly. New comment from several prominent public health officials suggests that mask wearing may be here to stay. New comments from several prominent public health officials suggest that mask wearing may be here to stay. Dr. Robert Redfield, director of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, said Wednesday during a testimony before the Senate Appropriation. I'm not talking like this. Health and face masks may be more protective than a vaccine. We have clear scientific evidence they work, and they are our best defense, he said. But then the CD didn't this Dr. Robert Redfield, director for the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, said, "We have clear scientific evidence that masks work." But then didn't they just say on that other article that COVID might not be transmitted in the air anymore? Man, you got to make up your mind. You should never abandon the public health measures, and the intensity of the public health measures would depend on the level of infection in the community. Fucking nonsense, New World Order bullshit. Are any of the other like controlled opposition dietary influencers, or like are any other influencers talking about how this is all New World Order bullshit, or are they just fucking going out? Are all these Mason carnivore assholes going along with the plan? Sheeple pretending they're virologists. Yeah, you don't even know what a fucking virus is. I guarantee you, no one's ever done this. 99% of Americans haven't even Googled the word virus. What is a virus? Okay, look at this. So a virus is a genetic material contained within an organic particle that invades living cells and uses their host's metabolic processes to produce a new generation of viral particles. That's kind of a lie, and that's very deceiving. So what they're not saying is that a virus is created in the body. They're acting as if the virus is an outside invasive thing. And then if you go to Wikipedia, it's on Wikipedia. A virus is a submicroscopic infectious agent that replicates only inside the living cells of an organism. COVID's debunked. First sentence of Wikipedia. This is fucking ridiculous. Literally, you Google virus, you click on Wikipedia. A virus is a submicroscopic infectious agent that replicates only inside the living cells of an organism. So by that definition, a virus cannot live outside of the body. The study of viruses is known as virology. Probably fake bullshit. It's complete fucking bullshit. Role in human disease. Doesn't say anything about they'll never tell you the truth that they'll never tell you the truth about transmission. They don't talk about transmission because they can't prove that a virus can be transferred without being injected. Yeah, so where would it start if that's the thing. Where would a virus start if it only replicates inside the cells of a living organism? That's a good question. That means that a virus starts in the cells of a living organism. So just from this sentence, you understand that it only exists inside of a living body, and that it was the key thing here. Viruses are created inside. That means also that viruses are created inside the living cells of an organism. The body creates viruses in certain states. There was the very popular, let me see if I can find it. NCBI coronavirus. Yeah, this is it. So this study was taken down, retracted. 5G technology and the induction of coronavirus in skin cells. If you point 5G at someone's skin cells, their skin cells create the virus. And they retracted this study. Your cells, have you noticed the peer review is used for censorship purposes? That's basically what it is. A virus is something that is created in your body in an unnatural environment. We are living in an unnatural environment. What small number of cases are caused by the oil and gas from fracking? That might be something else. Crazy how humans and domestic animals are the only ones affected by viruses. Yeah. Thoughts on touch on bacteriophage. I used to read a little bit about those. I haven't really read about. I don't really have a good memory. African swine fever that's going on in Germany. Really? It's just all there's something going on everywhere. There's something going on everywhere. They got to keep the fear going. ASF Germany, boar found infected. It's ridiculous. They're just going to take over the food supply. Every single thing they do, every single thing published in the news is something to control and mislead people. Nearly all of the medical experts and anti-mask and anti-lockdown activists are government-sponsored. Yeah, no, anything that gets in the news is controlled opposition. You do not get in the news unless you're part of them. Sheep will be like, but my auntie died of COVID. Anyone that gets a viral post on social media, especially Twitter, that says, oh, my family member died of COVID, it's a Mason actor. They're all actors. If it's on social media, if it's a popular upvoted post, it's an actor. Because when something is that high level and millions of people see it, there is too much risk for a normal person to be in the spotlight. There is too much risk. It is all calculated. It is all concise. No one just happens to... Frank, you were on the news. Explain, please. Yeah, I was on a cooking segment for MasterChef. Because they didn't have anyone else in New York to promote the show. All COVID patients die in the hospital. Yeah, we were talking about that months and months ago, that no one's died outside of a hospital. $2021 going to be an even bigger shit show? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Who knows what they're going to do in 2021? Do you watch Owen Benjamin? Yeah, probably another Mason shill. If anyone's popular, they're a Mason shill. And the fact that you're coming into my live stream and asking about someone else, it's very likely that you're a shill for him. The latest on the coronavirus pandemic. Live updates. What do you mean live updates? We're 7 months into being locked in our homes. Who still wants live updates? Here's a breakdown of Westchester cases. So what is this? Their fake curve? This is their fake reporting that the first wave was in April? I thought there were waves every month. Weren't there news stories published every month about waves? And this drives me crazy. And I still can't get over this because I've done like 3 videos on this and no one else has talked about it. I've done at least three videos explaining that the symptoms of COVID, aka Kawasaki-like inflammatory syndrome in children, are identical to radiation poisoning. If you literally if you literally just type in coronavirus to Google and you scroll down and you look at symptoms may appear 2 to 14. All right, let's actually bring up radiation poisoning symptoms too. All right, so this is Mayo Clinic, another mainstream bullshit health website. So look, I don't know why I'm doing this again. I don't know why I have to do this again. Symptoms may appear 2 to 4 days after exposure to the virus. People with these symptoms may have COVID. Fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion or runny nose, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Keep in mind, 2 to 14 days after exposure to the virus. Radiation sickness. The symptoms are exactly the same. I'm just trying to find where it says how long it takes. Radiation sickness is damage to your body caused by a large dose of radiation. Severity of signs and symptoms of radiation sickness depend on how much radiation you've absorbed. Initial signs and symptoms of treatable radiation sickness are usually nausea and vomiting. The initial signs and symptoms of treatable radiation sickness are usually nausea and vomiting. Nausea or vomiting. The amount of time between exposure and when these symptoms develop is a clue to how much radiation a person has absorbed. 2 to 14 days. If you've had mild exposure, it may take hours to weeks before any signs and symptoms begin. But with severe exposure, signs and symptoms can begin minutes to days after exposure. So they have it. Days to weeks. Possible symptoms may include, we said nausea and vomiting, diarrhea. Diarrhea is on the list. Headache. Fever or chills. Dizziness and disorientation. Inability to, new confusion. Oh, look. So this is what they're telling you. Look, if you look at, this is crazy. If you look at radiation poisoning, dizziness and disorientation, and then they say emergency warning signs. If someone is showing any of these signs, seek emergency medical care immediately. That means they radiated them too much. So confusion, inability to wake or stay awake, trouble breathing, that means high levels of radiation. Let's look. New loss of taste or smell. That's usually somewhere on the radiation list. Weakness and fatigue, muscle or body aches, hair loss. Did they put hair loss on here? No, they didn't. Bloody vomit and stools from internal bleed. These are hair loss, bloody vomit, and stools are very severe radiation poisoning signs. Very severe. So the symptoms of radiation poisoning basically line up with what COVID-19 symptoms are. That basically leads me to believe that they're just radiating different parts of the United States to cause outbreaks if there are any real outbreaks. I remember the news at the start of the hysteria, they were talking about mass graves in New York and Iran, using land for unmarked graves. Where are the mass graves now? There was a quote conspiracy theory unquote about FEMA coffins, like millions and millions of plastic coffins that were family sized years ago. Why are there no videos on the main channel addressing Christian shills? Are you afraid of them? I think the Freemason Christian shills are a very, very large group of people, and they have a lot of people brainwashed, and it doesn't really benefit me to talk about that. Because regardless of what you say to Christians, they give you really stupid answers like, oh, well, what about the thousands of other religions? Well, no, this is the one true religion. All of the other religions are wrong. Like, really? Is that your argument against it? Are you fucking 5 years old? Like, it's easy to brainwash already brainwashed medical personnel, and the fully controlled media keeps people believing the nonstop lies. Yep. And even when there are whistleblowers and exposure, the whistleblowers and the people that tell the truth don't get out enough. It's a 0.00x percentage of 0.00x percentage of what people see. If you have out of 1 million people, if one person tells you the truth, you're going to believe the other 999,999. I heard Khabib Nurmagomedov's father died on Corolla. Yeah, the Mountain posted that he had COVID the other week. They're all Masonic liars. They're all creating deception. Oh, well, celebrities get it, so it must be real. Well, his father died from it, so it must be real. It is 4G and 5G, but the media never discusses toxicology as a factor in disease. No, I mean, the Christianity is the biggest. Well, guys, we're going to wrap up the live stream on Instagram. Viewers are pretty low, so if you guys want to join us on YouTube, you can. The Masonic Christians are the biggest, like one of the biggest shill groups, and I don't need any more harassment. That'll open up another can of worms. So it's tough. Should I wrap my router in aluminum? You should do more than that. As long as people are under mind control, this BS is going to keep going. Yeah, that's how I'm just trying to do my own thing and go with the flow or whatever and see how things go. People talk shit about the government but defend government social distancing guidelines. No, I said that towards the beginning of this, like, oh, well, people trust the government now? People trust the government when they're in the news telling you they're trying to protect you, yet the government is inept in every single thing they do? It won't stop, the masses won't wake. No, because the main reason the masses won't wake up is because they're in a victim mindset and they'd rather stay inside their home and have an easy life. How long have we been going? Maybe we'll go another 10, 15 minutes for you guys. Let's see what else. So we kind of talked about, what did we talk about today? Mainly talked about how masks are bullshit. We might be wearing masks forever, that this is probably never going to end. Talked about how we know that they're disguising radiation poisoning from new Wi-Fi devices as COVID. And it's no coincidence that, Verizon and Spectrum and all of these telecom companies are setting up all of this new infrastructure. It's no wonder Amazon is giving away free Google Home devices and everyone's trying to get smart everything, smart technology, smart gym equipment, smart Wi-Fi shit to blast you every single place you go so you stay controlled and sick. The latest on the coronavirus pandemic.
New York City, biggest district in the nation, reopened elementary schools.
I mean, to me, cruise ships are like, if I was an evil elite person and I wanted to kill old people so I didn't have to pay them Social Security or pensions, cruise ships, like, come on, like, how obvious is it? Like, were cruise ships literally just designed to kill old people? I bet you they were. Oh, look. Kids need to get back to school in areas where COVID isn't spreading, Fauci says. Well, you red-faced old lady looking a little upset. What are you? Were you angry? You can't. There aren't enough kids in school for you to say cases are spiking. What's the deal? All these motherfuckers got to do is look at the back of a dollar bill. Yeah, right. Just look on a dollar bill. What does it say? Annuit coptis, novus ordo seclorum. I forgot what this says, but I think this means the New World Order. He approves our undertaking. That's literally what it says around this pyramid with an eye. And the eagle is the symbolism for the phoenix. Phoenix is an animal, a mythological creature that like burns into ashes and is then resurrected. Yeah, you could just look it up. Just look up. I mean, I don't know enough about all this symbolism, but it's there. Yeah, I mean, Fauci just wants to. The number of bricks in the pyramid. How many bricks are in the pyramid? Are there 33 bricks? I can't count the bricks in the pyramid. Are there like, what's the number of bricks? The pandemic has nothing to do with financial crisis. It has nothing to do with money. All it has to do with is complete enslavement of the human race. What if Toyota Corolla was an indirectly created in mutation mammalian cells from non-ionizing 5 grams radiation? That's not possible because 5 grams, they started the Toyota Corolla before 5 grams infrastructure was set up. So Toyota Corolla happened before they could have they could have blasted animals with radiation. 13 arrows in the eagle's claw. Fake viral outbreaks used to cover up the effects of industrial pollution. Yeah, of course, there would be too many lawsuits. And the amount of the technology and the devices you would need to test environmental pollution is not really accessible to the average person. Moderna vaccine acceptable safety is fucking. If you get injected, I think if people are stupid enough to get injected, I don't know, man. Disney is laying off 28,000 employees. What does that mean? They're gonna throw them into an underground cave and suck their blood? This is ridiculous. Fucking living in plastic bubbles. It's fucking comical. It's come on. What the fuck? What's going on here? Seriously? Is this what we're gonna do now? We're gonna sit in plastic bubbles to eat at a restaurant and act like it's normal? It's fucking ridiculous. It's all about control. Oh, you can't go out and drink till 1 a.m. Who fucking cares? Like, if I want to go out and drink until 3, 4 a.m. and get sick, I know the risks. This Mason asshole. He fucking looks like a CIA agent. He looks like a fucking CIA agent. Like, if you could draw a cartoon of what a fucking CIA agent looks like, that would be what you would draw. That would be exactly what you'd fucking draw. Like, obvious, like, comically masculine jaw and chin. White. 5 o'clock shadow. Square head. Oh, look at this fucking demon thing. Is that a man or a woman? Jesus. Airline workers say they feel abandoned by Congress. Mason actors. Oh, New York's got to shut down again. If it's like they're pretending like the first wave ended. They will call us the bubble boomers in the future. The future is going to be the same. It's never going to change. They're going to be living in bubbles for the rest of fucking eternity if they let them do that. 38% of US adults say they have a lot of trust in scientists to do what's right for the country. Yo, this is the funniest article I've seen all year. Holy shit. Science and scientists held in high esteem across global publics. You really have to. You're losing so bad you have to fucking jerk yourself off into a cup. And fucking drink it. What the fuck are they doing? Oh, this is great. 38% of US adults say they have a lot of trust in scientists to do what's right for them. This is fucking hilarious. I can't fucking read this bullshit. This is where you can find the Masonic families. So there's 11 Masonic families in Bedford. There's 7 in Newcastle. It is fucking ridiculous. I was thinking about moving here, but I can't afford I was thinking about getting a house somewhere like north here, but I can't really afford a house and a farm. I don't even know if I could just afford the farm. Look at this fucking dumb fucking. More than 1 million people have died from the virus. He thinks this is ridiculous. I can't stand this shit. Look at this fucking. This is a fucking alien. I'm not even gonna say this is a fucking man or a woman. This is a fucking alien they put some skin over. Look at the shape of the head and the eyes. Looks like a fucking alien. Literally an alien. Coronavirus rates are rising sharply in Paris. Really? That they've been saying the same shit for the past 9 months. Rates are rising sharp. How high are the rates going to rise? Are we going to have to climb to Mount Everest to see the rates? 100 million extra doses of vaccine will be made available to poorest countries. U.S. ranks top of the global 1 million death toll. So U.S. is the worst. U.S. has more deaths than anywhere else. That tells you to get the fuck out of the United States, right? I can't stand this bullshit. I have enough. I'm getting aggravated. That's enough for one fucking day. An obese woman snitched on me for not wearing a mask in a shop. I wouldn't even fucking talk to these people. Just ignore them. I mean, in New York, you can't really. In New York, you can't even go inside a place without a mask. Usually, they have someone standing outside making sure you put a mask on. Poor small business people, I feel bad for them. They have kids to feed. These people will fucking throw you. These people are fucking. You know, if you have to understand, these people have been poisoning your food, blasting you with radiation, spraying shit in the air. You think they give a shit that your kids are starving? Oh no, go in the soup kitchen, go in the bread line. They will do anything that is not, as long as it's not as obvious as going up to you and stabbing you in the stomach with a fucking knife. Do you genuinely believe there's a conspiracy to enslave 8 billion people? How would this work? I mean, first, I would manufacture a fake virus and then target people with radiation to kill people. I mean, that's what's happening. I mean, that's how I would enslave 8 billion people. I would create some type of, I would create something to control people. Okay, fake virus, perfect. 2, I would create an invisible weapon that couldn't be blamed on me. Oh, radiation, 5G radiation, satellites, spaceships, direct energy weapons. Okay. So now I have a means to control the masses, telling them what to do for the safety. I'm telling them, for your safety, stay inside your home. And they listen. So I can control people and get people to go where I want at different points in time. So if I want people in one country to stay locked in their homes, but I want people in another country to go outside, I could do that. So I can control where people move. I can know where people are with my surveillance. And I have an invisible weapon that I can target everyone with. How is that not the perfect tool to enslave the entire earth? How is that not the perfect tool to enslave the entire earth? More people have died of suicides so far every month. More people have killed themselves every month than the virus. New York City is literally ground zero. Yeah. You can't enslave 8 billion people. That's why there's depopulation, easier to control. Yeah, well, they're going to kill people somehow. That's in their game plan. Starve people to death, manufacture fake food shortages. Oh yeah, for the other element, the most important element. Oh, just control the food supply. All the big Masonic owned businesses control the food supply. Elon Musk is a controlled opposition actor. Elon Musk is one of the biggest fucking actors. Elon Musk says COVID is overhyped. Yeah. Elon Musk also sells a fucking car that'll give you COVID in 2 days. If you give any credit to COVID or any of this nonsense without simply saying that it's a new world order agenda to enslave the human race, there's no point in. It's like debating. It's like asking me to debate other carnivore dieters. Like, no, I would never debate or talk to any other carnivore or vegan influencers. One, because it just, there's special interest shills that are part of secret societies to mislead you. It would not benefit me directly. Hey, Jose, have a good night. Do you think they're lying about the population number? Who knows what, I talked about this one, I don't know if I deleted the live stream. We could be living in a simulation. Everything could be fucking fake. We don't know. NASA is a bunch of liars. They lie about everything. They lie about, so why wouldn't they lie about what's real? And you know what really gets, and I've spoken about this before too. Some of you guys probably remember, like, why do planes go missing? It's probably some curious fucking pilot that wanted to find out the truth about what the world is. So as soon as one pilot goes off if a pilot's supposed to fly from, India to Malaysia and he starts going off, they probably fucking shoot the plane down because they don't want him to find out what's going on. There's no other more realistic reason for using or manufacturing a global pandemic than enslaving the world. Yep. People are already so sick. Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap this up tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll try to talk about some more. We'll do the coronavirus streams, I guess, every Tuesday or something, see how it goes. Hopefully the viewers go back up. If not, it's whatever. We'll figure out some other stuff. I don't know at this point, but it's crazy how, you have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of YouTube influencers, and not one of them wants to stand up for anyone but themselves and their own profit. So I'll see you guys for tomorrow's video. We'll do another live stream Thursday. I don't know if we're going to do a specific topic, and then we'll do you've been targeted because you're superior to these sellout bitch losers and you have a conscience. Yeah, you don't have to tell me that. I think that's a bit of an understatement. All of these, honestly, these people, these celebrities, these influencers, there's a saying that I was listening to on a podcast. It's not about what you have, it's what you become. But 99.9% people care about what they have, and they'll say or do anything to maintain it. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I guess let's just try to stay positive and stay focused on something that we can still enjoy. But I'll see you guys soon.